Hey guys, thanks for checking out part 2 of our video on troubleshooting sleep. If you missed part 1, the link is right there below and it will describe exactly why you need a good night's rest. If you're ready to start moving on to the troubleshooting, just continue watching. I will say though that the most important thing is to focus on the habits. If you focus on the results, in this case, getting the full 7 to 9 hours, you might focus more on that and actually struggle to make it happen. Instead, focus on doing a bunch of different habits and the result will follow. And I'll go through some of those habits right now. I'm just going to run through these habits quickly before going into some of the pro tips or things that work for me and I know specifically work for other people. I'll include the list of these down below in the caption, so if you are interested, you can see the rest of these below in the caption. The first one is set and stick with the routine. Surprisingly, a good night's rest starts in the morning, so turn the lights on right away to get your cortisol levels up, go for a walk or exercise during the day, and set a specific bedtime and stick to that bedtime. All of these things, that routine throughout the day, will help you fall asleep. Eat a smaller to medium-sized dinner with not too many fluids. That'll avoid that 3 a.m. stumble to the bathroom. Turn off all electronics. That's something you probably know, but TV, the laptop, the phone, it can be distracting, and the artificial light isn't good for you either. Limit caffeine and alcohol intake in the afternoon and evening. Shower or stretch before bed can help relax. Using dark curtains or even white noise can help too. Keeping a pen and paper by your bed to get your thoughts out of your head, that's a big one for me. Sometimes just making a task list for the next day will help you kind of get those thoughts out of your head and focus on sleeping. If you're overwhelmed with stress, consider seeing a therapist, because sometimes that stress is overwhelming and we need some extra help to manage that situation. And supplement if necessary. I'll go into that a little bit towards the end of the video. But always when you're choosing a supplement, because they are supplementary to your diet, make sure you're choosing one that's high quality. All right, so you get it. That's a lot of general differentiation. Now I'm going to share some pro tips, or at least tips that have worked for me and other people, to hopefully help you start getting a solid 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. Because this is something that I've struggled with for a long time as well, mostly because I have problems turning my brain off, and I just love Netflix. Remember, the routine is the key part here though. Once your body gets used to a routine, it'll be much easier for it to start producing the hormones that you need to help, start relaxing and fall asleep. So whether it's something that works for me or one of these other tips or just something that works for you, just follow what your routine is and stick with it, and that'll go a long way towards helping you get started. The first thing that I like to do is set my alarm and put it as far away from my bed as possible in the room. So that way I actually have to get up in the morning and turn it off, and it's always a super annoying sound, so it's not something that I'm going to want to ignore. So that really helps me get up and get started moving in the morning. So again, help to get the cortisol levels up. Tip number 2 is to go for a walk every day. Even if you're not getting exercise, it's great to go outside and walk. So if you're walking to work or biking to work, that's awesome and that counts. But if you're not, you can still go in the evening, say after dinner, for a short little walk, and that'll help you sleep and also help with your digestion. The next tip is to set your bedtime and set your wind down time before your bedtime and stick to it. So for example, I wake up around 6:30 every morning. So going 7 to 9 hours back, the latest I can go to sleep and get that amount of sleep that I need is about 11 o'clock. So every single night at about 10 p.m., I go upstairs and I start getting ready for bed. So I brush my teeth, I pack for the next day, whether I'm going to the gym, I get my work clothes ready for the next day too. So that way all that stuff is taken care of, and in the morning I can just get up, brush my teeth again, and go where I need to go. At that point, because I know you're not supposed to watch screens or that kind of stuff, but I love Netflix still. So I will watch a little bit of TV while I'm in bed. However, I learned to stop watching the crazy, intense, cliffhanging types of shows that leave you wanting more, because I would end up watching more and staying up all night. So instead, I try to watch some light comedies, especially things that I've already seen before. So that way, honestly, a lot of the time I fall asleep during the first episode of that or the second episode, and I'm asleep before 11 o'clock anyway. The next tip is related to the whole darkness and white noise thing. I actually am kind of used to this from my college days when I lived in a fraternity house and people were bumping techno music until 3 in the morning. So I've actually slept with a fan for years, and this is something that's really, really been helpful for me. It just drowns out any noise from the outside, which is great if you live in a city or a busier area. I know some people don't like it, but this is something that has worked well for me. The next tip is related to supplements. So like I said in the earlier segment, supplements are supplementary, and they're not designed to replace any part of your diet or any part of your habits. However, one supplement in particular that we carry in our Gasper's Best line is L-theanine, and this is something that has shown a lot of efficacy in a lot of different studies, and I take 100 milligram tablet every night. That's our Gasper's Best brand. So that's something that's, again, it's not going to knock you out. It's not a sleeping pill or anything like that. It's actually an enzyme that's found in green tea, so I like to take it because it has a similar effect without actually having the caffeine or the liquid that goes along with the green tea. But it just kind of helps your mind get relaxed and starts calming you down. So I take that right around 10 when I'm brushing my teeth, and then by 11 o'clock, I'm kind of hitting in that routine and starting to fall asleep. The last tip I have is to keep a sleep journal. So some people may do this by way of their smartwatch or some device that they wear while they're sleeping, which will actually track how many hours they sleep. If you don't have one of those, it's not a big deal. You can always take notes and say, okay, I fell asleep around this time and I woke up at about this time. I went to the bathroom once or twice or whatever it might be in the middle of the night. And you should also try to track your sleep routine itself. So saying, okay, I went upstairs or I went into my bedroom at 10 o'clock. I went, brushed my teeth and got ready at around 10:30 or whatever it might be. Of course, adjust to your schedule and your time. But keeping a journal can actually help show you what you're doing and even start forcing you to get into the habit of doing some of these other things as opposed to, accidentally staying up till 1 in the morning watching TV or something like that. Thanks again for watching. And remember, it's important to focus on the habits, not the results. So if you're sitting there focusing, oh, gotta get 7 to 9 hours, gotta get 7 to 9 hours, you may actually end up doing exactly the opposite. But instead, if you focus on the habits, if you focus on the ritual, the routine, taking a supplement if that's something you're interested in doing, turning off the electronics, any of these habits, whatever works best for you, focus on doing those on a consistent night-to-night basis, and that will help you achieve the results that you're looking for. Thanks again for watching and hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for other videos, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.